sun shines warm and the air is sweet. Meet me on Reading Street. Love will lead the way.
Welcome to Scott Forsman Reading Street 2011. This is a kindergarten to 6th grade reading and language arts program. So how can you find your way on Reading Street? Any path, print, CD, DVD, an online digital path to help you deliver the right skills at the right time. Let's get started. Who leads the way on Reading Street? Teachers do. Teachers lead the way on Reading Street. First stop is the teacher's how-to guide and roadmap for navigating the entire program. In First Stop, teachers will find research-based for Reading Street, including specific information about assessment, differentiated instruction, English language learners, customized literacy, scope and sequence, 21st century skills. Scott Forsman Reading Street introduces a whole new concept in Teacher's Edition. At each grade level, there are 12 trim, manageable, color-coded Teacher's Edition stored in my teaching library. The new Scott Forsman Teacher's Edition fits into a book bag with ease. The new trim size is light and chunky. It is chunky because it chunks the curriculum into 3-week increments, which are separated by story tabs. In each Teacher's Edition, there is one unit that is divided into 2 volumes. Each volume contains 3 weeks of instruction. Find a flexible pacing plan and an assessment overview at the beginning of each unit. Reading Street is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 12 Teacher's Editions divided into 2 modules. Each module has 3 weeks of instruction. Mini lessons are tucked behind the Customized Literacy tab at the back of each Teacher's Edition. Mini lessons can be used with the teacher's choice of novels and trade books. This is perfect for a balanced literacy classroom. The unique delivery system allows for greater pacing flexibility, while keeping the integrity of the program's validated scope and sequence. Teachers can choose the best path and pace based on the needs and interests of the students. Teachers can choose to integrate the robust online resources in the digital path on Pearson SuccessNet. Pearson SuccessNet is directly connected to the core program pedagogy and serves as a digital hub for Reading Street. The digital path is like a virtual teaching assistant. Assign multimedia tasks, administer tests, plan and record using a simple click. Students are captivated by the highly engaging activities that expand vocabulary, comprehension, and concepts. Who thrives on Reading Street? At all grades of Reading Street, the Students' Edition is the heart and soul of each program. All instruction is centered around literature. Each week, students will read fiction and non-fiction, as well as classics and soon-to-be classics. Compelling literature promotes critical thinking, cultural awareness, and an opportunity to apply new skills and strategies. In Grade 1, there are 6 Students' Edition. In Grades 2 to 6, there are 2 Students' Books. On Reading Street, the instruction is no longer hidden away in the Teacher's Edition. That instruction is right in the student's hands in the Students' Edition. This also makes a great school-to-home connection when the Student Edition goes home. Inside the Students' Edition, each grade level begins with Envision It, which is a visual comprehension skills and strategy handbook that serves as a reference and review. Reading Street is built around the Understanding by Design framework. Each unit focuses on a big question that connects all readings, vocabulary, and writing for a full 6 weeks to help students reach a deeper level of understanding. The question guides teachers' instruction as they teach their students new unit concepts, literature, and skills. The big question always relates to science or social studies content. Each week, the main selection and the paired selection allow students an opportunity to read across the text and find support for the different genera such as biographies, fables, folk tales, fairy tales, and more. Phonemic awareness and phonics are critical skills. In the primary grades, students use the Let's Listen for pages right in their Students' Edition to listen for sounds in pictures that contain target sounds and rhymes. To practice segmenting and blending, the success predictor for these priority skills, students use the Students' Edition pages and sound spelling cards. In the digital path, the sound spelling cards allow students to listen to sounds and words. The drag and drop letter tile activities provide interactive practice. The online decodable readers have audio and word-by-word highlighting to support emerging readers. Vocabulary development takes a front seat on Reading Street. Tested words, story words, and high-frequency words all contribute to the vast number of new vocabulary presented at each grade. Plus, every week on Reading Street, there is vocabulary skill and strategy instruction right in the Students' Edition. On Reading Street, amazing words are the terms for the oral vocabulary that is so central to student success. Amazing words are introduced and integrated into instruction every week. Use the visuals on the Let's Talk About page in the Students' Edition to initiate a discussion about the weekly concept. Build students' vocabulary using the amazing words in weekly routines. Multiple exposures and practice opportunities each week grant children ownership of this vocabulary. This allows students to produce and practice language at a deeper level of understanding and increase their comprehension. The weekly Concept Talk video illustrates the amazing words in context.
Who is in our family? Families are important to everyone. They can come in different sizes. These portraits show that families can be small, medium, or very big. While families come in many different sizes, there are many ways they can be the same too, like how much they care for each other. They even depend on each other.
My uncle likes to entertain the family. He can be really funny.
Most families like to spend time together, like when eating dinner, watching a movie.
With Reading Street, all roads lead to comprehension. Right in the Students' Edition, the Envision It, Comprehension Visual Skills, and Strategy Handbook allows readers to experience the power of using skills and strategies together to make deep meaning from context. In the digital path, the Envision It Handbook comes to life through animations that illustrate the skills and strategies students are applying.
You need to know the parts of a story in order to understand it. Characters are the people or animals in a story. Characters can be real or make-believe. Who do you think the characters are in this story? That's right, the bunnies, Mommy, Daddy, brother, sister, and the wolf. Are these characters real or make-believe? Do bunnies and wolves have picnics? No. So these characters are make-believe.
Also, in the student's book, students have an opportunity to preview a target comprehension skill and strategy and apply those in the literature they will be reading that week. Teachers have an opportunity to use these lessons to front-load skill and strategy instruction. On Reading Street, the success predictor for comprehension is retelling. Students practice retelling by using the retelling strips in the student's book, on cards at practice stations, and on the digital pad in the multimedia story sort. All reading programs have questions after the main selection, but in Reading Street, students have to answer a series of questions that require higher-order thinking. Author's purpose at elementary grades and Think Like an Author at intermediate grades help them practice this commonly assessed skill. Sometimes, readers need just right text for skill and strategy application. The Reading Street Level Library, print, online, and DVD deliver the same target skill and strategies in a conceptually related reader at the appropriate reading level. Reading Street is designed to integrate English language learners, ELLs, from the very beginning. Front-loading of concepts, vocabulary, and skills give ELLs more immediate and efficient access to the core instruction. An example would be to use retelling cards as pre-telling cards. Do a story walk using the retelling cards before reading the story to help create schema and concepts. English language learners can then read the story and focus more on learning the comprehension and vocabulary in a much more efficient process. Support for ELLs happens at point of use in the core lessons without interrupting the teacher's flow of instruction. Teachers have specific English language proficiency support for small group and differentiated instruction, located at the end of every week in the Teacher's Edition. Find a multitude of resources in the ELL Handbook. There are excellent visuals on ramps for building background in concepts and vocabulary. On Reading Street, children write every day, writing that is connected to the same big question, topics, and genre that they have been exploring in their reading. They respond to literature, write journal entries, and of course, learn to write like authors. Use tips from the Right Guy, Jeff Anderson, a Reading Street author in the Teacher's Edition, to help turn strong readers into strong writers. On the Let's Write It pages of the Student's Edition, students find genre definitions, prompts, checklists, and models to support the writing process. Conventions are also addressed within the model writing. If teachers want students to understand grammar and usage even better, they can access Grammar Jammers on the digital path. These are toe-tapping animated songs and rhymes that support the weekly convention skill. There is also a customized writing tab in the Teacher's Edition for additional writing instructional support.
Someone does. I'm a verb, it's so much fun. I tell what something does. I'm a verb and I'm the word. I can make you sing, I can make you dance. Sit and stand and turn and glance. I can have you run and walk. I can make you stop to talk. I can tell you what to do. You should know that this is true. I can make you jump and skip and throw. I help you put on quite a show. I tell something does. I'm a verb.
Preparing children for life in the 21st century begins on Reading Street. Dr. Don Liu, Scott Forsman author foremost expert on the new literacies, is the Internet Guy, who students will come to know as their guide for all things Internet.
Now the challenge here is that reading on the Internet requires new literacies. There are new forms of reading comprehension strategies that are required to successfully read on the Internet. Just one example is critically evaluating the information that you find and knowing how to go behind the page to find out who created it and how that shapes the information. Another one is simply reading search engine results, which half of our kids don't do. They use a click and look strategy where they click on the top item and then look at the page. That isn't it. They click on the second one, look at the page, third one, look at the page, and work their way down, never reading any of the information on the search engine results. So all of those are new reading comprehension skills and strategies that are required. So in the 21st century, these are going to be some of the new skills that youngsters are going to require in order to be effective citizens in an ever-shrinking global community, to be able to work and to learn and even to play.
To teach all children, you must teach each child is one of the guiding principles on Reading Street. The Don't Wait Until Friday feature in the Teacher's Edition guides teachers in monitoring progress consistently to determine students' acquisition of skills. Every day 5, use oral and written assessments to further confirm progress. Digital resources such as ExamView, Test Generator, and Pearson SuccessNet allow teachers to customize tests and build worksheets in seconds. The Digital Path has weekly tests and benchmark tests. Remediation activities are accessible for any additional practice indicated, which is an easy way for teachers to make data-driven decisions. The Teacher's Edition makes it easy to plan differentiated instruction and assess students, find a flexible pacing plan and assessment overview at the onset of each unit. Thank you very much for your attention.